I'm today we're with my friend Ren. So we're going to check what is the hardcore thing that young generations are dealing with. I have like a list that I was doing now. By the way, it took me like 1 minute, but I think in 1 minute I was able to somehow round the
Sure.
worst of the worst. I'm going to mention 6 things, and you're going to tell me what is the worst, the baddest, the worst.
Okay.
Balls heavy, that is one. Okay,
Wow.
young people are a lot of people are balls heavy. The second, expensive car and houses. That is the second that I believe could be potentially right.
Okay.
By the way, if you check one trigger the other, because if you don't have car and you don't have a place to fuck, your balls are heavy regularly. Now you need a
Yeah.
strategy to fuck, right? Okay, okay. Balls heavy, expensive car. Distraction is the number three. Okay. The number four is damage women. Women that have some expectations that I mean, fuck off, like it's too much shit. And
So,
dale,
damage
dale.
women. So the women makes damage to that man.
No, it's that their brain is damaged. They have
Uh,
consumed so much social media. They believe everybody have a Lamborghini.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Number five is corporations and low wage jobs, like jobs that pay shit. Like you mentioned last time in your prostitute, they don't want to teach you how to start your business just to get a job. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, okay. Corporations and low wages is number five. And number six is lack of movement. Not many people go to different places. They are in their home all day long. So let's try to recap because I believe it's important. For people who are listening this episode, I would suggest to check this list and check if you can fix one of these things, you can fix your life. Balls heavy, one. Number two, expensive house or car. Three, distractions. Four, damaged women. Five, corporations, low wages. And six, lack of movement. I
Uh,
believe the last one is also like a big problem. Tell me, in your opinion, let's try to rank from. Uh,
I want to add uh, one more is a toxic relationship
okay, I like it.
because
Okay.
I know a lot of friends who feel don't grow in life because share a lot of time with his girlfriend. In the same way, it's a loss of time because how can you grow your life if you are sharing time with her and expensive? I don't know, watching movies in Netflix.
There's a phrase for that. They say, without oxygen, there's no fire.
Interesting. So
It makes sense, right? You need some
yeah,
oxygen. I need to breathe some oxygen if you want
yeah,
fire, man. So, by the way, the one that you mentioned, toxic relationship, I thought that was, yeah, for for me when I was a teenager, early 20, I would say that was also a huge problem. Took me a lot of energy, but yeah, thank you for adding that. So from the seven, let's try to organize the seven. Which one do you believe is the worst, and we start dissecting each.
well, maybe we can start one by one. But for me, the words on the topic it's the distraction
Yeah.
because I see in a lot of people spend a lot of time in the social media, and if you are more attention in the life of other people, you don't pay attention of your about yourself, right? So
Yes.
in the most of the case, you can ask a friend or something like that. Hey, what happened in the life of that person, like Farandula, and they know.
Yeah.
So they know what actions the other person do in his life. But if you can ask the same question in his life, it's totally different because it's more easier look around you, but not easy see inside you.
Yeah. Looking other people's problem is cool, right? And by the way, it makes you feel better because they are doing bad too. So that's
So
by the way, I found that out that it's just looking other people's life and also trying to follow trends all around the world. Yeah, you know what Putin did, what Donald Trump did, but a lot of people they never allocate that time. Hey, how can I fix my life?
yes, specific for me, if you if you pass a lot of time in the social media, you are
Yeah.
lose your time. But if
Yeah.
you make videos and you share that in the social media, it's totally different
Yes.
because
Yes.
because in the second way you are create a community
You're a
and
producer.
a producer, and
Yeah.
in the future you can sell something or something like that. But if you only are a consumer of the social media, you are lose your time. And in the
Yeah.
same way, if you pay a lot of attention in Instagram or TikTok, it's the worst social media
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
because you can select what type of video you can see. You only scroll, and the app like Instagram want to, okay, I can show you this video or show something like that. But it's totally different in YouTube, because in YouTube you search the video or you search
Yes.
the
Yes. You're
YouTuber.
active. You're active.
Exactly. You
Yeah. Yeah.
can have the choice to what type of video you want to see. Hey, I want to see a video of, I don't know, interesting podcasts or something like that. But in Instagram or YouTube, you don't have this option.
By the way, if you use YouTube in the regular way, because when people start using YouTube, when they start watching shorts on YouTube, now the YouTube converts into a TikTok.
Totally. So,
Pieces of shit. Yeah. By the way, the distraction. I think, and I always say that distraction the is worse for men than for women, because in the case of women, usually women they are more multitasker than men. So yeah, they get distracted, but they can come back to their activity, right? And also, when a woman is in the university, she's young, hot, juicy pussy. So any person is going to hire her because she's juicy pussy. But a man, not because he just finished university is going to be hired. A man actually need to fix a problem.
for me, it's a big problem. It's mm, not control the time you spend on the social media. If you don't control how much time you spend in scrolling in your phone like huevonazo,
Yeah,
it's a
like
very big problem,
yeah,
because I know people who only use the Instagram or TikTok lose like 6 hours, 7 hours.
yeah,
For me, for example, if you lose the same weight in the corporation, that is one topic of the list. You Well, you make money, right? In the same way, a big, so very small money, but you make something. But if you only stay in the distraction or something like that, you lose your time, lose your energy. It's like escape. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Totally.
similar to the drug.
If you check, it's like a people like if when they are working in a company, they still get distracted with social media, but they have the boss, the supervisor. What they don't understand is that if they didn't distract themselves with social media, the corporation wouldn't need to hire a supervisor and they will earn more. So the same apply for us when we are at home, right? If we can control ourselves, we don't need a supervisor, and that means that more money will flow to us because we can control our time.
Totally.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
me, in the same way, well, for me, the words of that topic is distraction. The second is boastful.
Both deep,
If
both heavy. Yeah, both
both
smooth. Yeah,
balls heavy,
yeah, yeah.
because when you have the balls heavy, you in that moment you want to text a lot of women
Yeah, fuck
or
that. You're screwed. That's the worst moment of a man, right? Try to. And women can smell, by the way, when a man is texting. I don't know how, but women immediately. This is a very. I have. I don't remember once in my life that I was texting when I need it. That women say yes. Always when you don't need them is when they appear. So that's why you want to have your balls set light.
yes. And in that moment, the women smell you are desperate. In that moment, women say, "Okay, but before
Fuck.
before sex, we need to go to a nice dinner or a nice
Yeah.
restaurant."
Fuck
And in
that.
that moment, men are like a dog when a dog wants to have sex with
Yeah. You're in the
Are
air. You're
necessary.
in the air doing
Yeah,
the pelvic movement. Yeah.
exactly.
Fuck that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it is expensive. And many times these are the worst cases because it's like the man at the end doesn't fuck because the woman just extract the money or the time. And then, okay, next time, my friend.
Totally. This
Fuck
is
that.
very interesting because when you say that, I remember past a video we record, a phrase of a comment of a subscriber is, I say this in Spanish, ¿cuál es
Yeah.
más inmoral? ¿La que vende afecto o la que vende su cuerpo?
La que vende afecto. Yeah, that's it. Because at least the one that sells the body is like, like you have a result there. And I found out that a lot of women, they want you to, how can I say, they want you to be begging her for sex. So the more you are texting her, it's like, oh, you're giving the pleasure, but you are not going to receive shit. So, one technique that worked with me, I shared this with my community yesterday is I only reply women after 7 p.m. Why? Because it's when I'm available. And if they are available, we have Sana Matraca in that moment. But if we keep texting all the afternoon, somehow it's like they already have their attention and they don't want to go later. So for me, answering after 7 p.m., at least in my case, is working.
Yes, totally. It's a good way to interact with men. Uh, but in the same way, for me, the two words, the first one is distraction, and the second is both full.
Both heavy. Okay,
Both
let's try
strong.
to. What is the third one?
For me, uh, I think the. Can you explain me what is that lack of movement?
A lack of movement is not going to different places. It's spending all day long in your apartment and only asking for delivery, even like doing exercise at home. A lot of guys are having that problem
Oh, that's so.
because
That's
that trigger a lack of social skills, and the lack of social skills go back to the virginity thing.
totally. For
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
this is I think the third one because, or maybe the top number two, because the
yeah,
lack of
yeah.
movement, a lot of men, a lot of Peruvian people can say that you need to move, and when you are moved, you discover a new world. For that reason, the men Serranoski go to Russia, and in Russia are
Yeah,
the sex symbol, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's the
But
he's the
it,
guy.
it's not the case in Miraflores party or something like that. It's
He told
totally
me that. He
different.
told me if he tried to go to Miraflores and be cool, it's like now people say hello to him because like people know him, right? But let's say if he wanted to start in Miraflores, it was gonna be a bit difficult.
Yes, because it's a new market.
Yeah, yeah,
For
totally.
example, the Peruvian dog. I want to say that the Peruvian dog in Peru, it's it's ugly. It's
Yeah,
it's oh, Peruvian dog. What do you
yeah,
think? Oh, I don't know. But
yeah.
if you in the same dog travel to Europe,
It's
uh,
exotic.
it's exotic, and
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah. That dog is
try
exotic.
a lot of women's or beach.
They want to
So
take a picture with the dog,
exactly,
right? Because it's like, wow, it's come from the Inca. Somehow it's connected with that culture.
exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of men's Peruvian men's. Uh, you see that men and are so Peruvian because are small and brown, something like
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
travel to Russia, travel to Polonia, travel to I don't know that type of the world, and are
Now,
so
a
exotic.
little parenthesis. It's important that the Peruvian dog smile and is charismatic because I have discussed this
Totally.
with my friend Serranoski. And for example, just that face alone doesn't do shit. Like you need to that smile, be cool, and women start comparing. The local Russians that are all the time mad, right, with a Peruvian that is happy. Okay, I like this guy. Looks like have good energy.
Totally. This is the secret for me.
Yes.
But
Talking about lack of movement. So far we are addressing that if you start moving more, you have more exposure to different women. So that is kind of like a no-brainer.
Totally. You, if you, it's similar to the if you sell something, if you move to other part of the country, are a new market, new customers. In if you sell something and in one part of the country or the community are expensive, if you move, maybe in other part of the country is cheap, so you
Yeah.
can sell more.
By the way, you just mentioned a huge arbitrage technique that is just moving stuff from one place to the other. There are a lot of people. I go to Chilca always that go here to the center to Gamarra. They buy there and they go to the entrance of Chilca and they are selling in a station wagon car all the stuff there.
So
Yeah. Before jumping to the next one, I would like to add that also a lot of health problems start to appear, not just like social skill, but also health problem when you don't move. For example, a lot of people they have problem with the sight. It's not just because they have the cell phone, but also when you don't go out, your eyes don't get used to distance and different movements. So a lot of shit start to happen. So movement is a big one. What will be the next one for you? The number four.
okay, distraction for me is the first one, lack of movement two, old school three. For me, uh, I think car and houses expensive.
Yeah, that's a good.
Or what do you think? You put the corporation in that topic
No,
because
I think
if you lose a lot of time and money in car or house expensive, in the most of the case you only want to take a picture and upload in the social media
yeah, yeah.
and in a and try to attract women to that car uh, houses or something like that. And if you have more brain, you invest that money.
Yes, yes. And you know the problem. I mean, the problem with the car is the obvious, right? You lose a lot of value fast, and you are cool the first year. The second year you are less cool because it's the previous year car. It start to compound. The other is that the car people believe it's just the money that the car costs. No, that is the first cost. Then you have the maintenance. Always there are going to be accidents, things. By the way, when you have the car, people expect you to take them everywhere to pay. So a lot of is expensive compound. But the problem with the house put you in a dangerous zone because now if you lose your job, you cannot keep paying let's say the apartment to be closer to reality. So if you lose your job, you don't have the money to pay the quotas, and now you are under stress.
Totally. Have a
Yeah,
car in specific in the city, like Lima, you lose a lot of time in traffic. So
yeah,
you,
it's fucked up.
if you have a car, you need to be smarter to in what part of the day you go out with your
Yeah,
car. But
yeah.
if you have a car, you lose a lot of time in the Javier Prado at 7 a.m.
Yeah, yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, and also I found out for many people the trick is if you have a job that is far away, try to go to a gym that is close to the job at 6 a.m. You work out 1 hour when there's no traffic, and then you go to your job. So a way to get it closer.
Yes,
Uh,
this is the right way to do
the hack.
that
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
The hack, yes,
yeah,
because for example, you need to be the most of the case. I This is a technique I apply. I put myself in the future, so
oh, okay.
I I don't do action to the present. I doing for my future. If more later I want, for example, I take every day of my life the Metropolitano, and I know if I go out at 6 a.m. The 6 p.m. I find a lot of traffic and a lot of people and a lot of stressed people in the bus station.
Yes, that's the worst.
I put myself in that bus station at 4 p.m.
Yeah,
4 p.m. I move, and the same hours I listen a podcast or work on or in my cell phone, something like that. But
Yeah, yeah.
you need to put more attention in the future and at least in the present.
Yes, yes. And that's why we need to organize our life because when people start following what their flaquita says, I found this out. When your flaquita dictate the timing, always you get traffic, you get the worst of the worst. But the man always have this capability of thinking in advance.
Totally. You need to be smarter in that, and in the same way apply to corporation. If you feel you enter to a corporation, but in the same way you can have like you can, I don't know how can I say, aprender una nueva habilidad que te va a
Uh, You,
servir en el futuro para
you
ti.
can, yeah, you can learn a new skill for the future. Yeah,
Exactly. It's
yes.
totally that makes sense because
Oh,
the
by the way, you
principal.
just mentioned something. I would like to go deeper in that thing. So, by the way, for you it's common sense, but for many people it's not. So I would like to go deeper. Many people just join corporations because they want to earn money. And of course, that's kind of the why you're working. You're working for money. But also, it's good to optimize for, as my friend mentioned, a skill. I will add also a network, the contacts that you make, also resources, what resources you have. For example, there are some jobs that give you a car and gasoline. So I have a friend that he works for a company that sells construction material, and he have the what I call the it's not furgoneta, it's like a van. So now he work in that corporation, he earn a wage, he has a car that is from the company with gas, and he can move
Wow.
all around the city with that car. So it's like sometimes people just focus in one metric. Oh, what is the wage, el sueldo? No, but can you get extra benefits? And now we're talking about.
I mean, the same way you you need to find a corporation or that pay you for your result, not for your
Yeah.
time. Because in the same way, if I prefer uh, pay for my results, not for my time, because if that corporation pay for your time, that's it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no
fact.
matter if you are grow in the job or you are better some you are more better in the action or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
what do you think about that?
It's like we all want to have exposure to results. So most of times selling is the easiest way. If you sell, they tend to have like a variable incentive. In that way, when inflation, always there is inflation, right? When inflation start to kick, you don't feel raped by inflation because also your sales will go up. So yeah, for sure, like commission. It's funny because I wrote it down when you were saying commission is another one. And always check, like factors like how much time takes me to go from my house to the company. Because if it takes you like 1 hour, okay, now you are working 10 hours per day, like let's add like 2 extra hours. So all those factors are things that people don't consider. And talking about corporation is the corporation is kind of the first step. What is the next step? The next step is you having your own customers. But if we are just working because we want to, and I found something interesting. I was talking this with my mother the other day. Is the less that you like your job, the more that you want to party during the weekend.
Oh, yeah, totally. That's deep.
No? For real. I can see we were making jokes because a lot of people were offering me parties, and I told her, always these people that really hate their job because if they don't, there's this stress that accumulate, and now in the weekend they want to release it, but there is an extra price for releasing that stress, not just money but also health.
Totally. Totally. Money, health. For that
Yeah.
reason, distractions. For me, I think if you lose a lot of time in distractions, you don't like yourself.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I think in the this board, it's for me it's impressive when someone say I'm boring, I'm nothing to do,
Yeah.
and
Fuck
for me
that.
it's not a fact. If you are smarter, you always do something. Always. You don't have to you don't have time to be boring, or I don't know what activity can do. For me, it's terrible. And I don't, for me, it's deeper. And I think if I say that, it's a lot of haters come to that video. Um,
Yeah.
for example, be a fireman in USA, it's all impressive. But if you want to be a fireman in Peru,
You're
it's
fucked.
it's a lose of time
Yeah.
because
That's so cancelable, but I like it. It's awesome. But yeah, it's totally.
in the
You know,
same way
I
that
I have a little. The only chance where I found that, I mean, there must be more chances, but there are things. For example, if you want to apply for some type of visa for US, sometimes becoming a firefighter is a little hack. So it works if you use it in that way.
yes, but not in the most of the case.
No, 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 no,
What
no.
I know
Yeah,
a lot of firefighters in my neighborhood. Only want to do that, and for me,
yeah,
it's impressive because in the most of the case, I bother him to, hey, so you can't lose your life to
yeah,
someone uh, in the, I don't know how can I say, le salvas la vida y después no te da ni el gracias.
yeah,
Después le
yeah.
das gracias a
Someone
Dios.
that don't even care. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's
For,
true.
for me, it's impressive because it's a lose of time. You choose in what you choose. Want to lose your time.
Now let's try to put it their place. Perhaps they enjoy the game. I know that sounds silly, right? But maybe they enjoy the going fast with the car. Like risking having some type. The danger of losing your life for some people is cool.
Yeah, totally. But in the same way,
Yeah, I
if
know.
you
There's a
if
lot
you
of
are
shit.
smarter, you focus in your life and you
Yes,
want
true,
to
true.
you
Yeah.
grow your English skills or something like that. For
Yeah,
example.
for sure. I also agree with that. It surprised me that they don't earn money for that activity. Some people say no, it's because in that way you get the people that really want to do it. Yeah, but also it's abusing. That like
In the most,
the-
I I have a partner in boxing classes. My friend, his name is Martin. Martin is a very good kickboxer. Uh, but in the same way, I have a conversation about firemen because he is a fireman, and I say, hey, you have benefits of that, and is no, I don't have any benefits, and even you earn money. No, in most of the case, I lose money because I need to invest in my equipment
does he
because
he come from a rich family? Because if he's a kickboxer and he's also a firefighter, how he makes his money?
I don't know. It's a it's a study to be a nurse.
Oh, okay. Because that something doesn't add there, because usually if you're a martial arts fighter, you need to do something that bring money. You cannot do two things that don't bring money.
Yes, and this is the case of my friend. But well, for me, it's very impressive because in firemen you lose money. You need to pay your equipment and
Yeah.
very good equipment, I think, because if you enter to a, I don't know how can I say incendio.
Yeah, like a fire, let's say like a fire event, like something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. For me, it's impressive.
Yeah, and I know a friend that give coaching to firefighters how to help people. So sometimes they have to pay from their money some courses also. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah, it's fucked up that shit. Okay, so we have which one do we have like extra? We have the toxic relationship and damaged women. By the way, I think these two go together,
yes.
right?
Toxic
Hmm.
relationship and damaged women are together because uh, I think when you focus your life in a woman and you think they are uh, that relationship are successful in that always in all the time in all your life it's very it's very interesting because you are like a stupid. You need to
Yeah.
be. I think the most of relationships are successful, mm, are men who are focused your life in his job and his purpose, and a women in the same way focus your life in his purpose objective. In the middle, have a time to share time.
Yeah, like the free time goes together. Like each one have their life, and now come together. And by the way, when each one have their own life, the woman also she's tired, right? So she just want to relax. When the woman doesn't have a life, now she want to go to the parties. Hey, where are we going to travel? And all the bullshit appear.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Talking about toxic relationship, also toxic relationship happen when the man. I heard this phrase that I like this one. It's a micro micro dosage of drama. That was a cool one that I listened yesterday. So women always like drama. So if you don't give drama, they will create the drama. So you need to somehow keep the tension. Or sometimes change a little bit your behavior, change your pattern so you are unpredictable. When you're unpredictable, now fuck, they have what is going on. And that keep the tension, and that doesn't allow them to start their own drama because you're always keep them in, I don't know what is gonna happen.
in the most of the case, I think women want to have all the attention of relationship, and if the
Yeah.
women, and it's more common to the society. If the women are have the attention, this is okay, this is normal. But if are change and the men are the all the attention, a lot of people say they are I don't know how can I say this in Spanish. It is el pedante, el orgulloso,
O el princeso.
el princeso, exactly.
So there's a song Máxima, like an old reggaeton song that is called Princeso. And there's a part that say, no, the woman tried to touch his dick and he doesn't allow. He's just checking himself on the mirror. It's hilarious, but that's the Princeso.
For example, it's now if a women are a loser and if the men are a successful, in the most of the case, the man need to carry up to his house.
Yeah.
Carry up is recoger,
Yeah, pick her up. Pick her up. Yeah.
pick her up, and finally the dinner, the man like a gentleman need to I don't know regresar a su casa, dejarlo,
Yeah. Bring him back. Yeah. Yeah.
bring
It's
him back.
a fucking logistic and usually happen during peak hours. So that's the worst part.
Total. And
Yeah.
if you don't do that, you are not a gentleman. You are a
Yeah.
princess.
In theory, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I don't like of picking women up from their houses? I have heard so many experiences like this that many times women date the neighbors. I mean, we don't think that, but many times women have fucked someone in the block. So first, sometimes it's dangerous. The other one is like the time that you lose, the time that you waste. I know guys spending like extra easy 6 hours per week just moving their self to try to pick a woman like 5 times per week.
For me, it's incredible. But for me, more incredible are a lot of people don't understand that because it's uh, no sharing the wisdom, not sharing the wisdom that a good influencer, good I don't know how can I say a content creator. For example,
Yeah.
when I was in my 14 years old, my maestro, my
Your
teacher,
coach, your
my
teacher, yeah.
coach, uh, it's funny because he write me yesterday. My coach say, "Hey, you need to consume that content." What
Oh,
content?
nice.
Pelado Balta. And
That's like hilarious.
when I was 14 years old, and for
That's
that
cool.
reason, I consume a lot of videos. But this is a good way
By the
because
way, shout out to your coach or to your teacher. What is his name?
Samuel,
Samuel. Shout out to the one and only Samuel. It's interesting how like Well, but I will add something extra there. He was cool to tell you that, but also you were cool to accept the advice because many people say, "Oh, yeah, yes," and they never follow. So it was good for your part too.
Yes, and for example, eh, I same I do the same action with my little brother. Hey, you need to consume that content because
Yeah,
you if you understand that video, you have a lot of wisdom, and that wisdom you can apply in your life. And
yeah,
that's not very common in men's because men don't share that type of information.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
women share that information with women
Yes,
community. So, for example,
exactly.
if a woman follow a fitness influencer and have the routine or doing the diet, uh, she she's sharing that information. Hey, I'm consume that content of that fitness women, but it's not common in men's community, I think.
You know what happened is that most men always place a status on top of wisdom. So they tell you maybe some good advice, but they never sacrifice a status. So always they try to pretend they are the cool guys. And for that reason, the advice is not that accurate because sometimes they will say things that are not true just to look good. I don't give a fuck about that, as you can tell so far. So I tell you everything. So because I found out that always wisdom is going to win in the long term. For example, if people who follow the advice, I know people that follow me since the year 2015 on YouTube, so they know that we never sacrifice a good advice just because I want to be cool for you or for someone, right? Always, sometimes the good advice is painful.
Totally.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. That was good. Okay, I think we already hit all the
we
ones.
we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
we have a comment of
Oh,
subscribers
fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Let's go to comments.
in your last videos. And for me, this is a very user. I say that.
Now we are going to mention his name.
First,
Okay.
I,
I don't know if that is a favor that you're doing.
yes,
Okay, please
for
continue.
me, it's at Diego Filed. He said, if you are playing only offline videos, it's like a good pass. I don't know how can I say pasatiempo. But only if you play online videos, generate addictions. It's
Okay, so offline for him is safer than online, right?
exactly. And
Yeah.
then share and then say in the same comment, the video games don't impide hacer cosas.
Yeah, don't stop. It
Don't
doesn't
stop
stop.
your life.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. You know why it's interesting? Because I think I will, I mean, I have my conspiracy theories. That sounds like a bot for me, like a fake account trying to incentivize the use of video games because there are a lot of like that. But if he's an actual person, there is a point of truth there. There is a point of truth that offline, you but still is a loser, as you mean. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to protect you as much as I can, but it's difficult. It's like saying like an OnlyFans model is not a prostitute. You know, like I can try my best. Sorry, my friends. You know, but it's difficult. It's difficult. And the problem is not just the. I was thinking, it's not just the time. It's also that now life looks boring because like always the game online or offline is going to be more interesting than the real life game at the beginning. Later the real life game is going to be better than the video game, but when you start the real life game it sucks. And if you have always the oh but I can just play a bit, you are screwed. Yeah.
You are stupid if you lose time in video games. No, don't matter if I offline or are online. You are
I stopped playing when
building.
I was 13 years old. The first party that I went and I saw boobs and ass. The first party, I was 13 years old. I remember was the quinceañero and I was 13. I was very young for a quinceañero, by the way. But I saw boobs and ass and I was like, this is the game.
This is a real game. No,
Ah,
because in the same way they applied in the comment who sharing in a few minutes ago. The real game is your life. The real
Yeah,
game is earn money and control your life.
yeah,
But if you are more focused in or something stupid like video games, it's a not matter if offline or online, you lose time.
yeah. And by the way, why video games are so cool? Because when you start, it's like a low difficulty. Like you can start somehow with little wins. Oh, I have little wins. But when you start with women in the women game, it's totally like, yeah, you start losing in a row many times until you become good. So many people
Exactly.
cannot resist this first losing, losing, losing. So they prefer to micro win in this bullshit place.
And for that reason, I see that video that last week. A man who's selling a plantilla
Yeah.
to convert your life in a video game. So
Okay.
it's similar like that. I explained that if you go to the gym uh, in the day, you have like one point, and if you do the same action like every
Oh,
day, that's 6 days, you have in the week
good shit. I
um,
like it.
in the weakness
The total score of the week.
in the total score you have if you do the same action you have
Mm.
6 points, and in the last in Sunday you can't drink one beer because if you
Yeah, I
go
got it.
to six every day of the week to the gym. And that,
You know who has something similar? Is Andrew Tate. You know Andrew Tate. He has a university. I have a friend that paid $50 per month for his university, and when they open the app, it's like you need to check. Have you gone to the gym? And you need to be checking. Of course, you can lie, but it's a way to gamify. To make your life look like a game. That kind of makes sense.
yes, for me that makes sense. In the same way, if you have you are meditation or something like that, they create points, and in the final you can do something different. Like, hey, if I meditation every day, I can go out with women and have sex.
Yeah. I do the same. Well, not with points, but something similar with English. So I try to do like more than 14 English hours per week. So how can I speak at least? Well, honestly, with 40 minutes per day, you are good to go. But I try to target 2 hours per day. So how can I have 2 English hours per day? And I start, like the training partner, this call, maybe another coaching call later in English. So I do that in English, but for sure, the more you start gamifying all your life, the cooler will be.
Yes, totally.
That's a good
Well,
one.
we
Okay.
need to pass the next comment, and for me, it's
Okay.
very funny to read. It's so funny that I need to say it in Spanish.
Dale.
At Marco Dotbake.
Yeah.
Uncle Balta. Consejos para dejar la borrachera. Ya llevo 3 días tomando, me acaban de rajar el hocico y creo que me acosté con un travesaño ayer. ¿Qué hago?
Oh, so funny. It's interesting how with alcohol is kind of the makeup, el maquillaje. It's the makeup for a loser life. That's a deep shit. I'm writing what I'm saying, loser life. So somehow your life is going like shit. You cannot date good women. If I drink more, I can date fat women. Not just fat, but somehow, have you seen
More
this?
ugly.
Yeah, fat, ugly, and flat. What? Is there like a fat and flat woman? Yeah, there are fat, fat and flat. That's because I have done that when I was in university. Shout out to my friends in university, but you know what I'm talking about. Like a fat woman that doesn't have boobs and ass, but somehow have belly, and it's like a disaster. Yeah, all the shit is covered when you are under alcohol effect, right? I was very lucky that travesaños were not that popular back then in time, but I can tell you, if they were popular back then, for sure, little Alcobata would have done them for sure, 1000%. So alcohol. Most people are addicted people, if you check like junk food, why junk food is a booming industry, because most people cannot control addiction. The same happen with alcohol. So some people say, no, but I can drink just one time, and yeah, they, but most people, they don't. So if you don't, you need to cut it totally. They call cold turkey. So cold turkey, you need to extract totally from your life, not even one drop. Because if you, and that's happened to me, by the way, if I decide to drink one beer this weekend, the next weekend for sure, I will do two. And in 3 weeks, I'm doing the travesaño. Fuck.
And it's funny because for me, the Travesaños are so popular in that moment because other comment in that same video. This is a video of masculinity. The last video you
The
create
one that I put the homosexual picture.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The,
yeah.
at Frank 2023, ¿cómo superar que me enteré en la mañana que no era una mujer y era un transformer?
Okay, how to overcome. To
For
overcome the game. Yes.
it's so funny because that man need to be drunk in that moment.
Yeah. I think without realizing, because I did that thumbnail, esa miniatura, because I wanted to show that there are things that change. It was like a clickbait. That was the idea, right? But without knowing, I start to attract a lot of Travesaños lover.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know. The clickbait at the end was gay. Click gay was at the end. No clickbait. But fuck, that's
But return to the comment, how can you stop the drunk alcohol? In the most of the case, you need to start a good habit, like I don't
good
know, go to gym, practice some sport.
with
So
intensity.
exactly, because if you don't have any activity you enjoy, and in the same way you do exercise, you have a free time. So in that moment, you drink alcohol.
Yeah.
But the social circle is so important. If you are near to a lot of uh, drugs people, I don't know if gente borracha.
Yeah, yeah, drunk people, yeah.
This is the only the drunk people only do that.
Yeah, that's true. And because if everybody drinks, you don't feel bad because everybody's drinking. One sport that really, I'm sure that surf also help a lot, but martial arts help you to stop drinking if you train with intensity. Because if you are drinking, the next day you go and you feel like a foot in your face, that shit like fuck. If I drink, I'm going to be hit the next day by someone. So I
Yeah,
prefer to, at least when I used to drink a lot when I was 13 years old. I know that sounds silly, but when I was my heavy drinking years were from 13 years old till 17 years old. But I remember I was practicing martial arts and I was like, no, if I want to train with intensity, I need to stop this shit. Because if not, it's like you are weak when you go to train.
yes, totally. For example, I applied the same method. I started drinking alcohol when I was 15, 14 years old, and I stopped that shit when I was 18 years old. So,
Yeah.
to 18 to 20, 22 years old, I don't drink alcohol, or this is not my habit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
By the way, continue, continue.
it's so important your community in the
Yeah.
social side. To be honest, this is so honest. Uh, in surfers, in the community of surfer, are so common, are so normal. Smoke weed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's kind of connected. You assume that the surfer will smoke.
All surfers smoke weed. When I in the past, when I work in a specific surf school, my boss, it's like I don't know how can I say, era como un comienzo del día.
Yeah.
eh, Together and smoke weed before doing the surf lessons.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the warming, el calentamiento,
Exactly.
the
And
warm
in
up.
the final of the work schedule, when the day are over and don't have more classes, again,
Ah, like a wrap, like a close.
like
Okay, okay. So one
exactly
start and a close. Interesting. That
calentamiento.
was nostalgia. Fuck that.
And for me, are so common when I was uh, 17 years old until 20 years old. For me, are
Yeah,
so common. And in that moment, my social circle are friends and my boss and everybody of my friends smoke weed. But when
yeah,
I want to stop, I need to change my job to
yeah.
another objective. So when I change my job, I stop smoke weed. Well, I don't smoke weed like
That's
two
good.
years. 2 years.
Congrats, my friend. That's good. For real, it's like the your social circle normalize activity. That's why if you want to stop being fat, you need to stop hanging out with fat people. I don't want to forget this. I forgot the name. It's a ex porn star, a male porn star, and he mentioned how since the year 2019, all the porn websites have been pushing hard. If funny the word pushing hard, the trans porn and a lot of people told me, Jose, have you seen there is a lot of trans porn online? And usually I don't watch porn because first, if you can have the real thing, I prefer to wait for the real thing, right? But sometimes I go to porn websites to get some thumbnails. And when I was checking, it's like, yeah, there is a lot of trans porn there. So if you are drunk and you have seen that there's like trans porn on your website that you always go, somehow they make it, yeah, it's not that bad.
Yes, you normalize that action.
Yeah, fuck that. Do we have another question for a follower?
Yes.
Amazing.
Uh, it's so funny that how can I create a good sexual life if my cock are 9 centimeters?
Okay, well, that's
That's difficult.
yeah. Sometimes I don't know if this happened to you that when someone say like 9 centimeters, sometimes we think that it's a joke. I know. I mean, used to happen to me when someone say, "Oh, 8 centimeters." Oh, it must be like a joke, maybe something like that. And when people talk about micro penis, I also thought it was like a joke. I didn't thought it exists. Actually, those dicks exist. These dicks, like, if they move, they are out of the pussy. In my mind, I thought like the smallest dick was like 12 centimeters. I thought it was kind of the smallest. The average was 15, 16, and then you have the mandingos, right? Like the 21, 22. But micro dicks is a thing. I think it has to be like a perfect oral sex giver, and buy all the sexual toys. I have friends that they buy sexual toys and they use it with their girlfriend. I thought it was lame, but this is other topic maybe for a next video. But now all women, or 90% of women, they have their sexual toys. So in the same way that guys overstimulate with porn, women are doing that with sexual toys.
Exactly. Totally.
Interesting,
Totally.
right? So imagine the woman is used to a big like mandingo thing, but they usually more than the mandingo, they use the thing that they put in the clitoris. They call it the satisfier.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That vibration.
yeah. The other
Feel
day
that
I put
vibration.
one in my lip, me lo puse en la boca. So, like this. You get like a little, but tiny, tiny shot of like electricity, but you don't feel it here. But if you put it in the pussy, I guess you feel it there.
Yeah. Totally. But well, in that comment, you need to grow your oral skills
Yeah.
to have a very good
You need to become a
sexual
good
life.
communicator, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
stimulate a lot of with your language.
Talking about that, and then we wrap with that question.
Wait.
Tell me.
The last comment. Uh,
Oh, okay,
uh,
okay. Oh, before going to the next comment, something that I want to tell for people. The problem that people have now is a stress that if they perform bad with the woman, she will tell everybody. So I have heard that shit many times. So for that reason, it's good to always be able to open conversation with people that you don't know for other places. Why? Because if something goes wrong, you don't have the stress that she will spread the word to everybody, and the less stress that you have, the better you will perform.
exactly.
Yeah. Let's wrap with the next one.
How can I start a conversation with a women who have boyfriend in Instagram or WhatsApp?
That sounds like that sounds like a personal question. Okay. What
No,
about
no,
we?
no. It's like that Gustavo Code 23.
Okay,
¿Cómo
okay.
comenzar una conversación con una fémina que sé que tiene enamorada?
Yeah. This is a easy one. This is a easy one. Just wait until she has her first fight. Hey, how do you know she had her first fight? It's obvious. She will change the profile picture. You know, It's always the first, even if it's the best woman you have made in your life, always the first good fight, the first strong fight. She will change the profile picture. If she's a real slut, she will put the putty photos. If she's a real slut, but even if she's not a real slut, she just put like a elegant picture of her, and the guy will disappear from the picture right after the first fight. So, what I like to do is I like to scroll with my WhatsApp sometimes, and you find that shit out. And the other one is that suddenly the woman that have a boyfriend start to comment your WhatsApp status. She never commented before, but now for some reason start to do it. So that is another signal.
Totally. That's good. Yeah.
Well, my friend, thank you for your time. If people want to follow you for surfing lessons, for tourism services, only tourism, not sexual tourism, and also if you're a person who is studying in any institute, I would say St. Tour because just came to my mind, right? No, because you told me. But if you have a person that hey, I would like to start my own travel agency or a tourism agency, and they want to contact you, where can they go?
Uh, you can go to my Instagram account. It's Aventura de Abril. This is
Amazing,
my
amazing.
I sharing a lot of content about tourism, or maybe you can send me a message if you want to do a video calls practice English. Uh,
Amazing. I like it. Yeah.
yeah,
By
that's
the
it.
way, this guy is good finding topics. So and the guy is, like has good energy. I think having good energy is something that people like underestimate because you know that there are some people that are boring, right? They
Yeah,
just say, "Hey," some people are boring, so sometimes having good energy helps. Well, my friend, thank you for your time as always.
thank you.
Um,
Uncle Malta,
Armando.
we can share a little time after the call.
Oh yeah, totally, totally. Okay, no, let's do something. Give me a second. Give me a second. I have a wait, wait.